too mechanical or not swingy enough. So
you like the kind of producer that's in the studio 24/7? Do you live, eat, and breathe in the studio?
I had there was I don't know if you know, like Latin freestyles was a big sound in the late 80s. It almost kind of is. It's almost like two-step is kind of reminiscent of that. There was this producer named Andy Tripoli who produced a group called the Cover Girls and stuff. He told me about, you know, eating, sleeping, and thinking music all the time. And for a while, that's all I did. Even when I was at university, I'd have the headphones on. I'd be listening to mix shows that I recorded off the radio. But there's one downside to that. It's good, I think, to do at the beginning to give yourself the education, but I started to get very burnt out from doing that. You know, you kind of can overwork yourself sometimes. So I think it's after you get a feel for it, you feel comfortable with the music that you're studying. It's good to breathe. It's good to you know. I believe in balance. I think that's one thing with maturity is learning to say, okay, this is the time you put in for music. You need social time. I think the social time for me has nothing to do with music. I hang out with friends. I go to the movies. I like to spend time with family. It's not made me less productive. I think, if anything, I've become more productive over the years. And, you know, if the time requires it, like if I get a remix coming in or if there's a deadline, yeah, I would have to spend more time in the studio. But then you need to take a break because you can only force it so long. And then you're, like, burnt.
Okay, then we're going to jump into some more music. Keep it right here. Todd Edwards on Blueprint tonight with Richie V. Check this one. This is Save My Life. You're listening to Blueprint with me, Richie V, and we got a very special guest with us tonight, Todd Edwards, in the house. Obviously, like we mentioned earlier, Todd Edwards, you're in the UK, playing at the 4x4 nights. I mean, you play in the States as well, obviously.
Not too much.
No?
I mean, just a couple gigs in New York last year. I mean, you know, it's a different scene over there, man. I mean, it's a different type of music. You don't, I mean, there are, you know, there's a what do you call it, at a club called Central Fly. They have from if it's still going on, there's like a two-step night that they actually play two-step, and the crowd gets into it. It's small, not huge, but the music's a little different there. You know, you get this blend of Latin house. There's that more, I don't want to say trancey, it's more like the more pumped up house music. It's still very different from here. This, I think, the UK garage is very reminiscent of the US garage from the early 90s.
Yeah.
And it's changed dramatically since then, I would say. But I don't go out to the clubs that much because I'm constantly in the studio. And like I said, with balance, I don't like to go out after I'm done working. I need some time away from it. So.
Yeah, to break away from it. Okay, so you got the gigs going on over here.
Yeah.
What about the summer as well? Because a little Dickie Bird told me that you might be appearing in Iron Apple this summer.
God willing, I would love to do that. You know, I mean, I would like to DJ more. I think it would be good. I need to, develop the skills and enjoy myself.
In your productions, you fuse dance music with references to God and
yes,
Jesus.
Yes.
I mean, how important is religion to yourself?
Well, the thing of it is I really don't look at it as religion, because when I think of religion, I think of organized religion, which is always just like church and stuff. Basically, the God thing started when I was like in 7th grade. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life. A lot of people, it's like people don't like to talk about this stuff, but people go through depression, things that no one wants to talk about in the limelight. But people hit rough times. I think especially as artists, you feel things even more deeply. You're more sensitive to emotions and stuff like that. I don't want to be so over dramatic, but that's the thing.
That's okay.
And so basically, God has kind of become a more important role in my life, just to help me keep focused. Every time I wanted to quit making music, the phone would ring, and it would be like, they want a remix for The Beloved, or, they Nervous wanted an EP. It was almost like God saying, just keep going. You're gonna be okay. And after a while, I just started to have faith. I mean, I still doubt.
Yeah.
But my faith has gotten stronger, and I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, so you're Todd Edwards, the godfather of UK garage. I mean, being a hot producer can have its downsides, such as bootleggers and bootlegging. Are you aware that your work does get bootlegged quite often in the UK?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
There's two sides to it, okay? The first side is it's bad because, I'm working hard to do this. I'm not getting paid when the stuff gets bootlegged, okay? At the same time, I'm getting bootlegged, that means they like what I'm doing. If I wasn't getting bootlegged, then, if I'm not, that mean I'm not important enough, or the music's not important enough to be bootlegged. So it's a sign that I'm doing something that people want, and like the M Flow, it was released in Japan, I think, but never got over here. So if it wasn't bootlegged, maybe it wouldn't have come over here. I'm not condoning. Let's get it clear. I'm not condoning it. It's just that I know that it's played a part in promoting music. So
I see. Okay, so let's talk about Full On Volume 2. That's your new album, which is out.
Yeah.
And what tracks have you got on there?
Shut the Door is being re-released on that. A lot of the old New Trend stuff. There's like 7 new tracks that haven't been released on vinyl. The Thank You, and what else? I Hear Him.
It's coming out as a mixed CD.
Yeah, mixed CD.
And also, it's going to follow with
vinyl. The vinyl's going to be released. I don't know the exact release date, because there's always little complications with releasing things. I would say towards the end of the month, will be coming out, followed by remixes for I Hear Him and I'll Be a Friend. And
make sure you keep listening as well, because we got 5 copies of Full On Volume 2 signed by the man himself, Todd Edwards, to give away to our lucky listeners. So keep it right here. We got Todd Edwards with us on Blueprint tonight. We're going to take in another tune. This one, a remix of, when did you do this remix? It's The Beloved, 1,000 Years from Today.
Lord, we're going back, like, it had to be like 93 or something.
That's right, you heard it from the man. Keep it right here. It's The Blueprint, Richie V and Todd Edwards.